Side-Eye by Maya Willams. Over black, high school bell rings, interior high school hallway day. We open on Spencer, a black boy dressed in a pristine school uniform, white button-down, navy slacks, walking with Grace, a white girl with ginger hair, clutching a stack of books in her hand.
We really don't have to go, you know? If we miss one day, he might not even notice.
He'll definitely notice, Spence, especially if you didn't show up. But you can't let Mr. Riley have this much control over you. He's just a teacher.
You know today's gonna be different, though. This shit's gonna be unbearable, Grace.
As they continue to walk, Grace places a comforting hand on her friend's shoulder.
Just tune it all out, like you always do. I've got your back, like always.
They slow at a classroom door. Grace enters the room, but Spencer hesitates. He looks into the camera with an anxious stare and lets out a heavy breath. He opens the door. Interior classroom day. The classroom is filled with chaotic students. They're chatting, laughing, and scrolling. Spencer is the only black person in the room. He makes his way to his seat, but is blocked by Mr. Riley, a white male with a hipster goatee, groomed mullet, and a shirt that reads, "Stay woke or stay broke."
Hey, Spencer, how are you feeling today?
You know, same as usual, Mr. Riley.
Spencer flashes a forced smile. Mr. Riley sends him off with a light pat on the back. Spencer has almost made it to his seat when...
And happy Black History Month.
The room loses sound. Spencer stills. His classmate glances up from their phones in his direction, waiting for him to move. He turns and gives Mr. Riley a downward nod.
Thanks, sir.
Sound returns. The class resumes its casual chaos as Spencer forces himself to breathe. He finally arrives at his desk when Grace is showering him with an apologetic stare. Interior classroom day. Mr. Riley stands at the front of the room.
Okay, everybody, let's settle in.
The room gradually silences.
A reminder that next Tuesday is our class review, so let's make sure you have your review sheets filled out before you come in. I want to get started a little earlier today because we have a lot of ground to cover. But I want to ask, did anyone have anything fun this weekend that they wanted to share?
10 very silent seconds pass. Then Axel, a brown-haired white boy, raises his hand.
Yeah, Axel, go ahead.
Well, in case you guys forgot, my dad's an organizer for the NRA, and this weekend was our annual convention. Anyway, there's this wall of antique guns there every year, and I always enter in the $20 raffle, and this time, I won. So basically, I got a free gun to add to my collection.
Spencer cuts a side eye to the camera and holds in a laugh.
Wow, okay. Thanks for sharing, Axel. I'm so happy for you and your new gun.
Mr. Riley makes his way to the computer.
Today we're actually going to be doing something a little different, and I have a special lesson planned out in honor of the first day of Black History Month.
Spencer's eyes shoot up.
Fuck. He's never done this before. Why is he doing this?
Zachariah, a jaded white boy with long blonde hair, probably never sober, calls out.
But sir, this is health class.
Precisely, Zachariah, and the education of the African American experience is important not only in history classroom, but also in a space designated for individual growth and exploration.
Right.
Mr. Riley turns on the computer and ignites the projector in the center of the room. It shows a PowerPoint titled, "The Black Experience." Spencer flashes the camera a side eye.
What does it mean to be black?
Silence.
There's no wrong answer here, guys. This is a free space.
Someone from Africa?
Spencer glances at the camera again, baffled.
You are so close, Axel, but just not there yet. It's probably at the tip of your minds, guys. Just think a little bit. Spencer, what do you think?
Sir?
What does it mean to be black?
Every white face in the class turns to look at Spencer.
I'm not entirely sure how to respond to that question, Mr. Riley.
It's okay. That's fine. I completely get it. These are intense conversations we're going to have today, guys, so I know some of you might feel uncomfortable, but it's time to get comfortable with the uncomfortable. Silence is compliance.
Kill me now. Please.
Spence, I just want to give you another chance because you're almost there. I can taste it. Just think of your context clues or maybe even pull from lived experience.
I guess to be black is to be a descendant of the African diaspora.
Ah, so close. Really. You almost had it. To be black is...
The PowerPoint swipes. The next slide reads, to be black is to be systemically oppressed and discriminated against. Below the text is a black and white photograph of a group of slaves paralleled with O.J. Simpson.
This can't be fucking real.
Now, we can't talk about oppression without addressing the elephant in the room, our privilege. Most of us benefit extremely from white privilege, and we need to acknowledge that in order to understand our connection to blackness in society. What might be some examples of your white privilege?
Well, my parents have a house on Fire Island, but we barely see any black people there, so maybe, like, knowing about Fire Island is a privilege? And I've never had to get jumped into a gang to prove my masculinity to my society.
I've got 2 dads. A lot of black people don't even have dads.
Okay! Really great start, guys. I think we're getting closer to something really deep here. Anyone else?
White privilege isn't even a thing, Mr. Riley.
Axel, don't speak unless called on. Yes, Axel.
Yeah, white privilege is not a thing. Or at least I've never had it. Take affirmative action, for example. I worked my ass off for 4 years to get into the school, and they still waitlisted me. But if you're black, they just let you walk right in.
Spencer looks over to Grace in utter shock, but her head is deep in a book. She's oblivious. He turns to the camera and mouths, "What the fuck?"
Okay, Axel. I appreciate your perspective, but I don't think that's the theme we're looking to dissect today. Spencer, maybe you could shed some light on white privilege and how that has impacted your life?
Well, I don't have it, so.
Elaborate on that. How do you feel affected by not having these privileges?
Silence. Spencer throws the quickest side eye to the camera.
I guess an example would be when I was shopping in Target the other day. The workers kept following me around and stuff.
Isn't that their job, though?
To stalk me like a criminal? Not sure.
I mean, that is what store workers are trained to do, right? You shouldn't take it personally, bro. They're just trying to keep us all safe.
From Target theft.
Like I said, they just want to protect us.
Like the police.
Spencer side eyes the camera.
Okay, okay, we're getting a little into a different topic now, but this feels like a really effective conversation. Spencer, would you like to talk about an encounter you've had with the police for us to discuss?
Spencer side eyes the camera.
I've never had an encounter with the police, sir.
Mr. Riley pauses for a moment, appearing visibly shocked, then disappointed.
Right. No, it's okay. I know these memories could be very triggering to relive, so you do not have to share them.
If we're really going to talk about all this discrimination stuff, I like to say white people are the most oppressed group of Americans as of 2023.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how accurate your data is, but we can...
Last year, I posted a simple tweet exercising my constitutional right that stated Trump will save us all when he returns to destroy these libtards. And all of a sudden, my Twitter account gets banned, and everybody's calling me a crackerjacker. That sounds like discrimination to me, Mr. Riley. I feel pretty fucking oppressed.
Language, please, Axel.
Plus, they have a whole word to themselves that they keep from us, taunting us with it. I'd call that black privilege.
Are we now discussing the N-word, Axel? Well, we certainly are getting ahead of my slides, but I think it is important to discuss that word and its impact on the community. The question I would like to ask the class is, who should be saying this word? Should anyone be saying it?
I sing it when Drake does.
Every eye in the class falls on Zachariah.
What? Oh, it's only in the car. You can barely hear me.
I feel like if they can say it, we can all say it. I think that's what's fair.
So say it.
What?
Say the word, Axel.
Okay, now boys, this may not actually be productive to the conversation.
Say it. Nigga. N-I-G-G-A. Just like that, easy.
Spencer, I don't think it's fair to put your classmate on the spot like this. We should move on.
Get fucking comfortable with being uncomfortable, Axel, and say the damn word.
The world loses sound. We watch as Axel's mouth moves, sounding out the word. Spencer turns directly to the camera and nods in confirmation. When he turns back, the sound returns. All we hear is the books collecting and his backpack zipping. He casually walks out the room. Interior high school hallway day. The hall is empty. except for the single student passing by on their way to the bathroom.
Spence, wait up.
He keeps walking.
Just hold up.
He stops and faces his friend.
That was so fucked up, Jesus Christ. I can't believe Riley just let it happen.
Silence.
Are you okay?
Done.
Right. Yeah, I get it.
Spencer looks over at the camera. He holds its gaze, too exhausted to look back at her.
Or I guess I don't get it, but you know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
He moves to begin walking away.
Wait, where are you going?
Home.
I'll come with you. Just give me a sec to grab my stuff. We can cut just like you wanted to before.
It's too late, Grace.
Her sweet, ugly face drops.
Are we good?
Yeah, Gracie, we're all good. I'll catch you tomorrow, okay?
But Spence, I feel like I should help or something. I feel really bad. What can I do to help? I know I got distracted and all in there, but I'm here now.
I don't know, Grace. I'm just tired.
He turns his back to her. He looks over at the camera, throws it a final upward nod, a silent goodbye, before walking down the hall. Blackout.